This is Elizabeth Griffin, your independent author from South Philadelphia, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please take a moment and do so, and definitely leave a thumbs up below and a comment as well. And as always, you can share my video with family, friends, coworkers, and aspiring writers, and anyone else interested in the world of literature. Today, I want to talk to you about my take on making audio books. So I've noticed that when making an audiobook, it is definitely important to get up before the birds do, because if you don't have a soundproof room, you will get all background noises. So rising before the birds is definitely a must. Also, because the walls in my house are thin, I have to do it either when my son is asleep or let him know that I'm recording. Because if I don't, I will suddenly hear noises from him talking to his friends in the background. And then, of course, I will have to stop recording. And if you just notice, my alarm went off. So I tried to silence that so it doesn't interrupt this video. So number 2 or 3 is to get comfortable with your material. I find that if I read my material several times and practice narrating it, I get more comfortable, I feel more confident, and I accomplish more. Another thing is to cut up your material into segments, maybe 5-minute segments, 7-minute segments. I wouldn't go past 10 unless you're extremely confident and you know what you're doing and you feel comfortable. As I continue on this journey, I may make my segments longer, but I find 7 minutes, 6 minutes is a good time to begin and stop. You feel comfortable, you don't stumble over your words, you get into the character and it flows. Another thing is to work on voices beforehand. So I've listened to a coach, and I don't recall his name, but I'm going to link him below, as well as make a playlist with him talking about the many voices that you can create using your own voice, your own instrument. And I like him because he talks about warming up your voice. He talks about using your voice and it being a muscle and it also being an instrument. And the more you work with your instrument, the more you prepare your instrument, the better you'll sound. And he talks about exercises, breathing techniques. He talks about drinking lots of water, staying hydrated. And I find that that is true. And some of the exercises he recommends look a little strange, sound a little strange, but they do work. I notice after I've done some of the mouth exercises, my voice sounds better. I have a slight lisp in case you haven't noticed. And I noticed with the exercising of the voice and the tongue and the mouth that it doesn't come out. It's not quite as pronounced. And then also, do not put limitations on yourself, because I was just recording Scrubbalicious, my medical romance, which is now available as an ebook wherever ebooks are sold. Just a plug. So anyway, I noticed with doing Scrubbalicious that I hadn't intended on using an Indian accent, because one of the main characters is an Indian, the male Murari. But I realized when I started recording it, the voice just came out. And so I went with it and I was stunned. So don't limit yourself and don't put limitations on yourself and what you can do, because you will surprise yourself. There's my alarm again, pardon me. And another thing I noticed is that when you do an audio, there you can make errors. You can have errors in it. I thought when someone recorded my audiobooks that it would be error free, but I realized that if you choose the wrong word, the person that's narrating your book is going to say that word. So if you pick the wrong word or you used a past tense instead of a present tense, it's going to come out in your audio. So there are errors that can occur in your audio when you're narrating. And my cat is looking at me, and I am hoping that she doesn't interrupt this video, but she's staring hard. So another thing I realize is that there is a certain joy and a certain feeling of accomplishment when you narrate your own books. There is a happiness and a giddiness, and you get involved in your work and you get caught up in your work. So these are some of my takes on making audio books, narrating them for yourself. And as you know, I use my phone. I don't have any professional equipment. Maybe as I progress, I will endeavor to do that, purchase a mic and look at different programs as far as narrating. But for now, it's for fun. It's to put my material out there. It's to give you something to listen to. And also, I realize that if you do an audio book, do it as a playlist because your listener can listen to it without interruptions. So create a playlist and put all the segments that you recorded on your audiobook on that playlist, and then they can listen continuously. So I hope you appreciate my take on making an audiobook. If you notice, I am sweating immensely. So I don't know if it's a turtleneck, but we'll deal with that. But as always, thank you for coming to my channel. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Love, peace, joy, happiness. Bye-bye.